On the first day of every month, while most employees eagerly waited for their salaries to arrive, one village chief did something extraordinary. The moment his salary was deposited into his account, he gave every cent of it away to the poor people in his village. Not a portion, not half, but 100%. The village chief who never kept his salary. In a small village far from the noise and bustle of the city lived a village chief named Mr. Hassan. He was known as a humble and simple leader. His house was modest, he rode an old motorcycle, and his clothes were no different from those of the villagers he served. When he was elected village chief, many people expected his life to become more comfortable and prosperous. But what happened was quite the opposite. In the first month after receiving his salary, Mr. Hassan gathered village officials and community leaders. Then he made a statement that left everyone speechless. "My family and I have discussed this carefully. As long as we can still meet our basic needs, I will donate my entire salary to villagers who truly need help." The room fell silent. At first, many believed it was only a temporary promise. But the following month, he did the same thing. And the month after that. Every salary he received was distributed to elderly people living alone, widows struggling to survive, orphans, and families who could barely afford their daily necessities. Over time, the villagers realized that Mr. Hassan was completely sincere. Each month, he personally visited simple homes that were often overlooked by others. He did not come with cameras or reporters. He came with compassion. One day, Mr. Hassan visited an elderly woman who lived alone in a fragile bamboo house that was close to collapsing. Tears filled her eyes as she accepted the assistance. "Sir, why are you so kind to me?" she asked. Mr. Hassan smiled gently. "I'm not doing something extraordinary, Grandma. I'm simply returning what belongs to those who need it most." That simple answer touched the hearts of many. Eventually, news about the village chief who donated his entire salary spread to neighboring villages and beyond. People came from different places to see whether the story was true. They were surprised to discover that Mr. Hassan genuinely lived a simple life. He never sought praise or recognition. To him, leadership was a responsibility, not an opportunity to enrich himself. What was even more inspiring was how his actions influenced others. Local shop owners began setting aside part of their profits to help struggling neighbors. Farmers shared portions of their harvests. Young people organized volunteer programs to repair homes that were no longer safe to live in. Slowly, the village began to change. Not because of massive outside funding, but because a spirit of caring and generosity had taken root among the people. At the end of his term, a journalist asked Mr. Hassan, "What has been your greatest achievement as village chief?" Mr. Hassan looked toward the villagers working together in the village square. Then he replied softly, "It isn't the roads we built, nor the buildings we constructed. My greatest achievement is seeing people understand that happiness does not come from how much we own, but from how much we are willing to give." From that day on, Mr. Hassan's story became a reminder that true leadership is not about power, it is about sacrifice and service. Sometimes, one sincere act by a leader can inspire an entire community to care for one another and create extraordinary change. Moral of the story: leadership is a trust. When it is used to serve others and uplift those in need, the goodness it creates can continue long after the leader's term has ended.